Hey, welcome! Today, we're going to break down step by step how you can launch a YouTube automation channel completely from scratch in just 1 month.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What if you could have a channel that's creating content, finding an audience, and, yeah, potentially earning money, all without you ever needing to be on camera?
And this right here is the big secret. Success in this game isn't about hoping you get lucky with one viral video. Nope. It's about building a repeatable, efficient process, basically a content machine. We're swapping out lottery tickets for a solid blueprint.
So here's our game plan for the next 30 days. First, we'll cover what this all is. Then we'll dive into a week-by-week guide for finding your topic and building your system. And we'll wrap it all up with the real-world stuff, your budget, your tools, and the major mistakes that you absolutely have to avoid.
Okay, first things first. What in the world does YouTube automation even mean? Let's cut through the hype and get a really clear definition.
The easiest way to think about it is this. You become the director, not the star. You're the one calling the shots, putting together scripts, voiceovers, and visuals to create the final video. Now, the automation part isn't some magic robot doing everything. It's really about creating a super efficient system, often powered by AI that lets you produce great content consistently.
And the process itself? It's pretty much a simple 4-step assembly line. Everything starts with a great script. That's your foundation. Then, a voiceover brings that script to life. After that, you match the audio with visuals, stock footage or animations. And finally, you wrap it all up with a bow, a smart title, a good description, and the right tag so people can actually find it. That's the whole loop. So let's talk about the money. How does it work? Well, for the most part, it's through YouTube's ad revenue program. And you can see here, it's a partnership. For the ads that run on your videos, YouTube keeps 45%, and you, the creator, get the bigger piece of the pie at 55%. It's really a win-win situation. The better your videos perform, the more everyone earns.
All right, let's get into week 1. And honestly, this is probably the single most important decision you're going to make. Before you write a single script or edit 1 second of video, you have to find your niche. This is the foundation for everything else. Now here's the thing. Not all niches are created equal, especially for beginners. You want to start in what I call an easy niche. That means the thumbnails are simple, just some text and an image. The scripts are factual, which makes them perfect for getting help from AI. And the editing is just basic cuts. If you try to jump into a hard niche right away with custom artwork and complex stories, well, that's just a fast track to getting burned out.
So how do you know if your idea is any good? Just run it through this simple checklist and be honest with yourself. Can you actually make these thumbnails? Can AI realistically help with the scripts for this topic? Is the editing style something you can handle right now? And this last one, this is so important. Are there new channels like less than 3 months old already getting views in this space? If the answer is yes to all of these, you've probably got a winner.
All right, let's roll into week 2. You've picked your niche? Awesome. Now it's time to actually build the machine. This is where we set up your workflow and choose the right tools for the job.
So here's your basic starter kit. For scripts, let something like ChatGPT do the heavy lifting and get you a first draft. For voiceovers, AI voices have gotten incredibly good and give you super clean audio. For the video itself, you'll be using stock footage and a really simple editor like CapCut. And for your thumbnails, Canva is your best friend. The whole system is designed to be fast and efficient.
Okay, weeks 3 and 4, this is where the magic happens. It's all about taking action. You've got your niche, you've got your system, and now it's time to flip the switch, start publishing, and most importantly, learn from what the data tells you.
Now, your launch strategy matters a lot. Here's a little pro tip. Don't just bulk schedule a month's worth of videos from day 1. You need to warm up your channel first. Upload your first few videos manually. This just tells the YouTube algorithm, hey, I'm a real person here, and it can help you avoid getting stuck at 0 views. After that, it's all about good SEO. That's making your titles and descriptions easy to search for and just being consistent.
Once your videos are out there, your job shifts to optimization, and it all starts with this one metric, click-through rate, or CTR. Think of this as the gatekeeper to your video. It's simply the percentage of people who see your thumbnail and actually click on it. It's a direct report card on how good your topic, title, and thumbnail are. So what's a good number to aim for? Well, across all of YouTube, the average CTR is somewhere between 4 and 5%. That's your baseline. If you're hitting that, you're doing okay. But if you're way below it, that's a huge sign that your packaging, your thumbnail, and your title need some serious work. So to put it as simply as possible,
Your goal during this whole phase is just to create thumbnails and titles that consistently beat that average. That's it. That is the game. Because nothing else matters if you can't get people to click in the first place.
Okay, a big question I know you're asking is, so how much is all this going to cost me? Let's break down the budget and the tools you're going to need.
And here's the best part about this whole model. You can actually start with a budget of $0. Seriously. As you can see, for every single step of our assembly line, there's a really powerful free tool available. You can use the free version of ChatGPT for scripts. CapCut not only edits video for free, but also has a really decent text-to-speech for voiceovers. And Canva is amazing for thumbnails. Look, down the line, you can always upgrade to paid tools, but you absolutely do not need them to get started.
And finally, let's talk about what not to do. Just knowing about these common pitfalls can save you from months of wasted time and frustration.
The first huge mistake is just straight up copying what other channels are doing. Don't do that. Instead, analyze them. Try to figure out why their thumbnails work so well, or why their titles are so clickable. Then, take those principles and apply them to your own unique videos. The goal is to learn from them, not to plagiarize them.
We've already talked about this, but it is so important it's worth saying again. Picking a niche that needs complicated art or crazy editing before you have the skills is just the fastest way to fail. Please, start simple. You can always get more complex later.
Never, ever underestimate your audio. Your sound is literally half of the entire experience. If you have a robotic, tinny AI voice or a muffled recording, people will click away in a second. I don't care how good your visuals are, your audio has to be clean, period. And the last big mistake is all about mindset, expecting to get rich overnight. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes real time to build an audience and to meet YouTube's rules for monetization. These first 30 days are about building the system, not about blowing up and becoming a star.
So look, if you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Motivation comes and goes, but a good system lasts. Stop chasing that viral lottery ticket. Focus on building your machine, refining your process, one video at a time. That is the only way to find real, sustainable success here. You've got the blueprint. You've got the plan. Your 30-day clock officially starts now. So the only question left is, what system are you going to build? Thanks for watching.